Hello everyone, my name is Laura, this is my channel Laura's Little Library, and welcome to today's video where I will be discussing my reading goals for the upcoming year of 2025. First thing to note is that every year my goal in terms of number of books is always 100. Last year it was 100, I didn't meet it. The year before that it was 100, I well more than met that goal. So this year will be no different. I will have a goal of reading 100 books this year. Do I think I'll accomplish it? I'm sure gonna try. I have no idea. It really depends on how the year goes, but I will continue my tradition of having 100 books be my goal for number of books read this year. First and foremost, that is always my main goal, the one thing that I just love striving for and I think is a lot of fun. Second goal that I have this year is to really focus on book series that I am reading. I have read so many first book in a series and then just forgotten about or haven't put any intention towards picking up the second book or the third book, just not continuing with them, even though I very much enjoyed the first book. So I want to be more attentive to the series, whether it's finishing series that I've already started or being more intentional of, okay, this is the first book in a series. Do I really want to read it now and either wait for the second book to come out, or am I in a good spot where I can start a new series? Just being more mindful of my time and series, because I find it's way more enjoyable for me personally to read book number 1, book number 2, book number 3, whatever, closer together than to wait years and years between them, waiting for them to come out or for me to get the motivation to pick it up again. I just enjoy it when I can read them closer together. That being said, I am currently in the middle of the Throne of Glass series. I know. I started a reading vlog of me reading that series and I want to continue. I want to finish that reading vlog. So a goal that I have this year is to finish the Throne of Glass series. I am on book number 4, book number 5. Like I'm a good chunk of the way through the series. So my goal is to finish the series. I would love to start ACOTAR, but we'll come to that bridge. We will cross that bridge when we get there, because first I just want to finish The Throne of Glass by Sarah J. Maas. I have the entire series, I do. I just need to sit down and read it. So I am excited to sit down and just read this series this year. I'm gonna do it. Another part of my goal is, of course, addressing my physical TBR. I have done a lot this past year in terms of reading the books that I physically own first and prioritizing those and doing that rather than going to the library and getting new books or audiobooks, books that I don't own. I've done a great job of that. However, I want to continue because as of right now, my TBR cart right here, this fella, is full. Top, middle, and bottom is completely full of books that I own that I have not read. However, these are all the books that I own that I haven't read. They're not spilling out of my TBR cart, which I am very proud of, and that's what I worked for last year. That was my goal last year. So this year, I would really love to just contain it to one shelf, maybe two, maybe a little spillage onto the second shelf of books that I own that I haven't read, but not crammed full. I want to keep up with the books that I am physically purchasing and actually reading them, whether it's prioritizing the books that I purchase or prioritizing buying books that I have already read and really enjoyed, because I have a large list of books that I have read and want to purchase, so I should focus on that list rather than buying too many new books. That's not to say I won't be buying new releases and new books, but just being more mindful of my physical TBR versus what I'm spending on books. Speaking of methods of reading, because I'm a huge audiobook reader, I always have been, it's really great because I have an hour-long commute. So reading audiobooks in the car is great. I love reading audiobooks or listening to audiobooks when I am cleaning or doing laundry and things like that. But just with how busy my schedule has been, I haven't done a lot of actual physical reading, and I really want to get back into physically reading. That is something I want to prioritize this year. It's slower. I'm a slower physical reader than listener of audiobooks, but I enjoy it, and I can really truly get immersed. And I've also noticed that my reading stamina has gone way down. I can no longer just sit and read a book for hours and hours. I get too exhausted, and that is something I used to be able to do. So I really want to build up my physical reading muscle again and get back into physically reading. On a similar note, I have resurrected my Kindle. I have a Kindle. I do. And I want to read on my Kindle. I want to get ebooks. However, this Kindle is very old. I've had it since like the beginning of high school. So I've had it for almost 10 years. And Libby does not work on this Kindle. Overdrive is what I used, and it's no longer a thing. So I don't actually have a way to use my library to read ebooks. I'm trying to just log in on the website and download them. But something really weird happened with my Amazon account, and I don't even have access to the books that I purchased anymore, which is really sad. So another goal this year I have is to figure out my Kindle. Figure out, is there an account I need to log into? Is there an app that I can get to help me read ebooks, or do I need to get a new Kindle? I'm not opposed to getting a new Kindle. The thing is that this one works fine, so it would be a waste to get a new one. So I want to try and figure out how I can make it work to read ebooks on this Kindle. And then the final goal that I have for this year, I've done a better job of it last year, but I really want to do a better job of it this year, is really reading what I like and being okay with it, because there are like 3 or 4 genres that I just love and I could read over and over and over again, but I don't always allow myself. I am a huge mood reader, and so for me to be like, no, don't read a 4th dark academia book in a row is really hard. So I just want to focus on reading what I love and reading books that I think I will like, not books that I feel like I should or that other people liked, but I don't think it'll be one that I like. Just really focus on my reading taste, read what I want to read. Fantasy fae and morally gray, that's what I like to read. That's what I'm gonna read this year. I'm not gonna feel pressured to read certain books if I don't want to. Those are my goals for this year. Just a short, sweet. I feel like a lot of them are fairly like, duh, read what you enjoy, read the books that you have. But it's important for me to say this and get this out there so that I'm held accountable and I stick to it. And almost like I have a good excuse to do what I want, because I said that one of my goals this year is to read what I want. So yeah. Thank you all very much for watching. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Please comment down below what some of the goals that you have for 2025 are. I cannot believe the new year is almost here, but what are some of your goals for this year? I would love for you to share them with me. I also have other bookish social media in the description down below that you can follow me on my bookish Instagram and Goodreads and things like that. If you like bookish content, feel free to hit the subscribe button, hit the bell to be notified. I will be posting at least 1 video a week. So yeah, if you like bookish content, subscribe. Again, thank you all very much for watching, and until I see you in the next video, I wish you happy reading.